originally.
Yeah. Now, one of the people said something that was sort of funny. He says, "Never break the 11th commandment."
Oh, you're talking about Republicans?
No, some guy on TV.
Well, according to Reagan, the 11th commandment is say no evil about fellow Republicans, which
No, this guy
Trump
was
broke
saying,
a long time ago.
and no, this guy said, 11th commandment, never lie to 60 Minutes.
Well, I would say never lie in public to any reporter or journalist, because with instant replay and tape, hey, Jon Stewart used to go crazy with that when he was trying to, put down certain Republicans, and even Democrats for that matter, when they would say something and then he would say, "Oh yeah," he says, and he'd start to rub his chin, and then they would have like a dream sequence, and then they would show the person saying something totally opposite.
Well, Trump, they say, is flip-flopping on
immigration.
But today he said, if you want to become a citizen of the United States, you have to leave the country and come back legally.
But he did say, though, that whatever he's discussing now has nothing to do with a path for citizenship. They have to, which hasn't been.
There is no path.
You know what gets me?
There is
what
no.
He's saying now was brought up in the past by Democrats and some what used to be moderate Republicans about paying back taxes.
That was done by the Republicans.
Learning English.
Every Republican was pushing that.
Learning English, and so were the Democrats.
Then why don't they agree on it? Every 15 of the 17 Republicans was saying that. The only one that wasn't for that was Cruz. He was tougher than Trump. What Trump said, somebody asked him if there's a family there that's been there for 20 years, productive, paying taxes.
I know, he said.
And all that, what would you do? He said they will have to decide.
Well, but he did say that he doesn't want to break up families, so the bottom line is...
He's going to send the whole family back.
Send the whole family back and have a means by which they can come back legally, get a green card, although the kids were already born here. So
they're citizens.
They're citizens, but their parents would come back, get a green card, pay whatever fine there was, and back taxes, and learn English.
Well, to learn English, I didn't hear about. I mean,
if you want to live in Mexico, you have to know Spanish.
Well, if you live in the United States, you don't have to speak English, though.
I know, because if you live in Chinatown and you go to vote, the voting machines, the paper is printed in whatever language is. There's so many dialects. If you're Hispanic, they have it in Spanish.
Yeah, it's not right. I believe most other countries require you to be able to speak the native language.
Well, you see, but you know what's wrong? Americans, when they travel overseas, expect that the whole world speaks English. Now, chances are they do, because their children, foreign, people living in France and Germany, etc. They learn English when they go to school.
And they learn it well.
They learn it better than Americans learn English.
Well, they learn English well. Look at what happens is you learn Spanish. You can't go to Spain and converse. What language did you speak? Did you study in school?
Spanish, German, and French.
Can you converse in any of those three languages?
I might be able to get by a little bit here and there in Spanish, and German I have to brush up on. Okay, but I love both of them. I hated French. Hated French.
But what I'm saying, when you hear these people coming in, or when you go overseas and they speak English, some of them don't even have an accent. What we would consider an accent, they speak English very well.
Well, I got to tell you, I don't know if you're familiar, if you remember. Remember My Fair Lady, the play?
Yep.
Well, Liza Doolittle and Rex Harrison was in the show. Liza Doolittle was a flower girl in England with a heavy Cockney accent. And when Henry Higgins and his assistant taught her English, and then they took her to this great ball, this dance, and she was being questioned by dignitaries. She was talking to dignitaries and everything. They thought that she was a foreign dignitary herself that was taught English because she only spoke proper English. There wasn't the slightest hint, okay, of any kind of an accent.
Yep.
But I always told my students, I said, the problem is, you see, when you learn Spanish, when you learn German or French, you learn a rule, and there are very few, if any, exceptions to that rule. So when you're conjugating verbs, whatever it is. That's it. In English, you learn a rule on page 1.
And the exceptions are page 2.
And then you have 20 pages after that explaining all the exceptions to that one rule. So, it's confusing for American kids, but somehow, foreigners tend to pick it up a lot easier than American kids do.
Yeah. Listen, we're too snobbish, about the languages.
This is why, when I remember when my wife was when her brother worked in Montreal, and she was taking a Swiss Air he worked for, and she was taking Swiss Air to Montreal, and they always make the announcements in French and in English. So my wife missed one of the announcements, so she turned to the lady next to her and said, "Excuse me, did you hear what that announcement was?" And in perfect English, the woman said, "I don't speak English." She was French Canadian, actually.
Yeah, a lot of the French Canadians refuse to speak English.
Right.
But that's going away now, because I know I call Montreal a lot for business and everything. Used to be when I called, they'll say bonjour. Now they say hello. Instead, they answer in English now.
Bonjour, comment ça va?
Yeah, so, it's, I don't know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting really off the topic.
Well, we never really had a topic,
Well, flip-flop, what a relief it is.
Well,
I'm going to play some music.
Oh, we haven't done that in a while, and I can make another cup of coffee while you do that.
Sounds okay to me.
Yeah, and you're out. You're empty.
I'm empty. Let's go see what we have on.
You're like the song "Running on Empty."
Let's go see what we have today on iPluggers. I'm going to sign in to iPluggers so we can look up some music, and then we'll see what's going on. We're going to play a little music. First song we're going to play is called Paradise Train, and it's sung by Love Hard from the United States. Is that who that is? I don't even know. Who is the singer? or from Gino Music. I'm not sure who it's from. Let's see if I can figure this one out. The artist is, or the group is from Miami. So let's see, start figuring out what it is. Gino Music from Miami. The name of the song is Paradise Train. Come on, Gino, let's go. Maybe we won't be hearing Gino. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working. Our equipment doesn't seem to be working tonight. We'll try it again, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like we're having a little technical difficulties. Well, we will resolve them, and we're going to play Gino Music, Paradise Train.
Got me jumping low. Got me jumping low. Well, oh yeah. Tell me what's your name. Tell me where you came from. Is it diamonds that you like? 'Cause I can give them to ya. And it's crazy how I feel about you. And I barely know you, but I can't keep my mind off you. And you know that it's true. So tell me what you wanna do. 'Cause I'm ready for you. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight. You're speaking, girl. Anyway, I decide. I don't know what it is about you, but you got me jumping low. Tell me where you at. I can come and get you. You got me feeling like can't spend a day without you. And it's crazy how I'm mad about you. And I barely know you, but I can't keep my mind off you. And you know that it's true. So tell me what you wanna do. 'Cause I'm ready for you. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight. You're speaking, girl. Anyway, I decide. I don't know what it is about you, but you got me jumping low. It's just you and me in this area. It's just you and me on this paradise train. Just you and me in this area. It's just you and me on this paradise train. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight, baby. Anywhere your heart desire. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight, baby. Well, oh yeah. Anywhere your heart desire. I don't know what it is, baby. I don't know what it is, baby. I don't know what it is, baby. But you got me jumping off. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight. You're speaking, girl. Anyway, I desire. I don't know what it is about you, but you got me jumping low. I wanna know, girl, what you came to do tonight. You're speaking, girl. Anyway, I desire. I don't know what it is about you, but you got me jumping low.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Gino Music.
I
Name of
timed
the
it
song,
perfectly.
Paradise Train. And if our music critic is still on,